American consumers are becoming a little bit more conscious about where their food is coming from. You know, not just here in the United States, but are we buying food from overseas? Is the food from overseas different? So when a company comes out and advertises that they are, a company from country X or Y and that their product comes from there, we're assuming they're being honest with us. But as we're finding out time and time again, that may not always be the case. And that is what we're dealing with right now with the Godiva Chocolate Company. Joining me now to talk about this is Scott Hardy from TopClassActions.com. So Scott, Godiva Chocolates, they say, Belgium, 1926. We're assuming based on their commercials and their advertisements that we're getting good Belgian chocolate here in the United States. But this isn't actually being made in Belgium, is it?
No. It was actually a shock to me too, because as we all know, Godiva chocolates are one of the premium, ultra premium, you could say, chocolate brands out there. And, we just picked up a bunch when we were in New York City, brought some back. As you mentioned, it's advertised everywhere that it's high quality Belgian chocolate from Belgium. And this tagline was actually added in 2009 to continue to push the premium brand of Godiva chocolate. But it turns out that this Belgian chocolate is actually Pennsylvanian chocolate and manufactured in Pennsylvania rather than Belgium. And then the class action gets even more interesting when you say, all right, fine. Hey, if it's not made in Belgium, but the recipes are from Belgium, maybe we can deal with that, right? That's understandable. But when you dig into it even further, you find out that the ingredients that they use to make Godiva in Belgium are different than the ingredients they use in the U.S., because you can assume that in the U.S. they may be using less expensive ingredients. It gets to be a lot more upsetting as the individual consumer, because now your chocolate's not made in Belgium. You're not using the same ingredients as they would if they were actually making it in Belgium. And there is even a quote from one of the Melanie Draps, the granddaughter of the Godiva founder, reportedly told the Washington Post that she's tried the American Godivas and they do taste different than the actual Belgian Godiva chocolate. So where does that leave us as consumers?
Well, unfortunately, as usual, it leaves us in the position of paying more for something that we think is going to be, a top tier. I mean, look, Godiva is top shelf chocolate, right? And then, you got your Well chocolates, which are your Hershey's, which are phenomenal. Don't get me wrong. I mean, that's responsible for most of this that you see right here. But it's not the same. I mean, candies and chocolates and everything, as weird as it sounds, they're not the same in the United States as they are overseas. American chocolate is far more sugary and actually far less chocolatey than any kind of candy you would find over in Europe. They look at our chocolates here almost as, kind of trash, because they have a more pure product over there. It's not just packed in with sugar. It's so you can actually taste what real chocolate is supposed to be before it's processed to hell and back. And don't get me wrong, again, I have no problem with it. I love it. But there are big differences, and people who have had that European chocolate may be purchasing this product believing that is what they're getting based on the advertisements that Godiva has been putting out.
Exactly. And so Godiva's been putting out these extensive advertisements since 2009, really pushing hard on the Belgian name and saying that it is Belgian chocolate, when in fact it's not Belgian. The ingredients aren't the same. The recipes aren't the same. What you're getting is Pennsylvania chocolate made by Godiva, and maybe it could have been, they were inspired by Belgian chocolatiers. I'm not sure, but we'll have to see how this one shakes out.
Exactly. And look, they make a lot of really good chocolate up in Pennsylvania for us Americans, but at least be honest with us and say that, hey, yeah, this actually didn't get shipped over here on boats or in cargo planes. We just made it up the road from you here, so we're not going to charge you an extra $5 for a package of this chocolate. when also down the street from us is another chocolate company that's selling it for a lot cheaper, and we're essentially giving you the same thing. That's all we're asking. A little bit of honesty is going to go a long way with your advertising and hopefully prevent you from ending up in a situation where you're the target of a class action lawsuit because you couldn't even tell people where their food was coming from. If you want more information about this issue, follow the link in the description of this video and head on over to topclassactions.com. Scott Hardy, Top Class Actions, thank you very much for joining me today.
Thank you, Farron. I appreciate your time.